Welcome back, my little Starlights. So, I was just minding my own business, saving my pools, drinking tea, and then Kuro Games threw Cartethyias at my face. So now we are here, and we are gonna talk about the Cartethyias drop marketing. If you've ever fallen in love with a fictional character in under 10 seconds, this one is for you. Remember to like, sub, and let's talk about her. So the first one is here, and it features a beautiful illustration. So it says, "The truth is a beacon in the maelstrom of my life. The power of the Sentinel and Trinodian clash and unite within her, propelling her into an uncertain future. Whatever future is bright or dim, she will hold the blade firmly and control all that comes her way." So if you play the story in 2.2, here we have a Cartethyias and Fleur-de-Lis. So when I saw this first time, in my head was like, are we gonna get the option to play both of them? They actually did a similar thing with Zani. She has two forms. She has her base form, and when she uses Reson's Liberation, she's in her second form. So after a little bit of looking at this illustration, I was like, okay, so basically Cartethyia might have a second form when using Reson's Liberation. And I was stunned because I love Fleur-de-Lis' design. You know, before moving on, I would like to discuss a little bit more of the illustration itself, because I think that's also a very interesting thing to talk about, and there are not a lot of people that diving in that much about that. So in terms of, for example, the visual composition and symbolism, we can already see, obviously, on it a duality of identity for the Cartethyias. The illustration portrays Cartethyias in a state that reflects her complex identity. So both as a blessed maiden and the Cartethyias itself, this carefree dancer that we meet at the beginning of the Renacita story. And this duality is central to the character because it's embodying themes of her transformation and those hidden truths we are trying to uncover. Moving to the color palettes, at the beginning, I thought that is very interesting that she is portrayed in very contrasting colors. So we can see those serene, pure whites and golds element, and then we're hitting with a dark blue hues. And that actually, I might be rambling, but that might symbolize the conflict between her very pure image and the mysteries of her true nature we're trying to uncover. So going to the pose and expressions, I feel that both face expressions are very melancholic. And in terms of Fleur-de-Lis, that might hint that she decided to convey herself and put herself in the prison to wait for a specific person to break her free, but also to kill the Trinodian that was directly linked to her. And all of this is showing those burdens that are strictly tied to her existence itself. But yeah, in terms of illustration itself, it is just beautiful. The flowiness, the light, the feeling. Okay, the second post is actually a video, so we're gonna see that from the beginning. Okay, so there's a lot of references to actually the story and how it went in the 2.2, because we have those last shards that was shown in the final moments of our battle when we defeated the Fleur-de-Lis. We can also see fragments of our fight with her. I have to admit that I was actually crying during the scene after our fight with Fleur-de-Lis. So this is that. I actually really love how they not only created a character that is visually beautiful, but is deep as a character itself. They created a story of her as a person, a girl that we have met. We have no idea who she is. And she becomes such a big mystery in our head. And then she appears again. And what really surprised me was that we spent time with her like with any other character. So basically, I started liking her just because of her personality. I started to care about her problems. What is the story behind you? So after the whole situation was resolved, all those feelings I had created a bond that made me want to pull her even more. Moving on, we have another post that says her attribute is arrow and weapon is sword. What makes 100% sense because in our fight she was dealing a sword. Okay, and then actually happened something that made me do this video because I did not expect that at all. I was waiting for leaks, basically for leaks, okay? I really wanted to see how she looks like because I knew that she's gonna be A, powerhouse, B, a visual masterpiece, and I just really wanted to see that. And what I did not expect was actually Kuro themselves letting us a sneak peek of her gameplay. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna see this sneak peek. I saw some elements of that, but we will react on this right now because I didn't have an option to see everything. So we will look at the video and then we start to react.
Oceans, bow before me. Gales purified, sounding the death knell. My blade, purge all evil.
I did not expect that. I knew that she's gonna be special. Okay, I knew that she's gonna be special, but I didn't know that she's gonna be that special. Okay, let's start from the beginning. So from what I can see, this is a new location. And I remember that Lupa has something to do with the arena, and going a little bit further, from my understanding, she's using basic attacks. Yes, those are basic attacks. And this is like a combo of 3-4 slashes. Okay, so this is her basic attack. But then we have this. And mind you, she's arrow, but everything tied to her is like water related. It is a little bit confusing. But what I wanted to talk about here is, do you have a little bit of the Sailor Moon vibes? Of, you know, the magic girls, the wings clap because she's gathering her powers and, you know, everyone around her will have to wait because she has her magical moment. You gotta wait for me. I have to wear my new slutty clothes before I destroy you. It gives me a little bit of that vibe, and I'm here for it. And now she becomes a big boba mummy fleur-de-lis. And this is her resonance liberation, if I understand. At least I am assuming this is her resonance liberation. Okay, so she's switching form. She has new attacks. It's more of an area effect attack. I'm sorry, but I'm just amazed of every freaking second I am watching. This is actually like one-to-one comparison of our fight with Fleur-de-Lis. Okay, that's cool. Actually, in the background, there is sound of those swords that were clashing into each other to create a one big sword, just like it was in the boss fight. And this fragment here reminds me of Bianca from Punishing Grey Raiden. Like, there was a very similar type of ultimate in PGR for Bianca. Oh, and when she's using this final slash that is actually going through the whole map or something? Can you see that? It's on a tree in the background. I really love the power that you can feel from this attack. Okay, Starlights, that is all for today's deep dive into Cartethyias and the chaos she brought with her. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more luminous takes. Let me know in the comments what do you think about all of that, if you are waiting for Lupa, if you are waiting for Cartethyias, who are you pulling for, what are your takes, and as always, keep glowing. Take care, Starlights, love ya, bye!